Hello, 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 hello. So, oops, I'm about to already start an avalanche over here. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 12. He has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So I'm excited about tonight. I did one of these similar to last year, and I haven't done a rooster in a while, and I love my little roosters. So I'm about to do a rooster-esque painting, pumpkinized, let's just say that. So, it makes me laugh. I'm going to get in here and do some lines, kind of just random. I probably should have done a different background because, then it would stick out a little bit more, but we're just going for it because it's like I say, it's just paint. It's just paint. So just enjoy the process. Just enjoy the fun of painting, and gotta do what you gotta do. I like painting because it gets me able, like, in a different mood. It gets me happy. It just changes everything to me. And then it helps because I get to share our story and the day that Owen has and everything. So I like doing it because it makes me happy. So today was a busy day. Today was a good day, but it was a busy day, and I'm quite frankly tired. My sweet baby O, he is so excited about the fact that he saw his friend now on Monday, and this is Wednesday, for the trunk or treat that we went to at his therapy place. Well, we have a trunk or treat at our church on Sunday, and he is truly hoping that he gets to go with his, as he calls him, his best friend, to the trunk or treat on Sunday. And I'm hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping that his family will come so that Owen will be even more excited. And then tonight we went out to dinner with our friends from church, and Owen absolutely loves all of them, but he gets so excited to see them and to be with them. And I didn't tell him before he went to school, because I knew he would not be able to concentrate if he knew he was going to dinner with all of them, if we were going to dinner. And so I didn't tell him until he came home from school, from the bus. And I should have waited till he got inside, but I didn't, of course. And he could hardly stand it. He wanted to talk about Tom, talk about Faye, talk about all of them. And it makes my heart so happy how hard he loves his people. He just loves his people. And he talks about all of them all the time. And so we got to go to dinner with him. And he has a hard time processing his emotions because it's difficult for him to kind of center himself with all of these emotions and what he's doing. And so that's part of the process. That's part of what goes on with him, and how he deals with all of his emotions and what's going on. So he can be right with someone and not want to, or not, it's not necessarily a not want to. It's he can't process to actually look at them and face them or talk to them until he can process it all, until he can get in those moments, because it's just too emotional for him. And in his body, it's a sensory thing, it's sensory overload, and it's a sensory processing, and he has to just work through it all, and then he can start talking to people or look at people. And sometimes it takes many times. And I mean, he literally could not wait to walk out the door. We had to get out the door again. We had about an hour, but we had to wait outside for him because he wanted to make sure he saw but him pulling up in the car. And so this is part of it. This is part of all of the emotions that he has to go through and deal with and look at. And but his little heart just loves his people so well. And so between going to dinner with them and then having this trunk or treat that he wants to see his other friend, that was like, the night was quite interesting because he could not settle. He got out, I lost count of how many times he got out of bed to ask me if he was going to see his teacher tomorrow, which he already knows he is. He was going to go to therapy tomorrow, which he also already knows. And when he was going to see his people again, and the trunk or treat as well. So, to say the least, this mama is tired, but so incredibly thankful for how far my sweet baby O has come, and what he's doing. It's amazing to me. It's a blessing. It's just, everything is, not that that really matters, but I just wanted a little more, precise. But he's grown so much in the last couple of years, in the last couple of days, the last couple of months. And so I'm so thankful for all of that, and how he's amazing, and he is going to change the world, I can tell you. Already will be, already doing what he does. So he finally fell asleep, and I definitely will not be far behind. And we'll go from there. But life is pretty amazing when you look at the big picture and not just the little steps that we make. So I'm very, very thankful for that. This is our little pumpkin hat there. And then we're going to make him even like a little quasier. We're going to put some little, gotta get it thinner here. We gotta have our little tails. It's like our I always want to call it a honeycomb. The the head of the roosters. I know it's not called honeycomb, but that's what I want to call it. I want to call it a honeycomb. Silly me, but So, then I feel like I need a little green one with some little leaves for our patch running through our pumpkin patch. But I'm so thankful for the day he had. It was rough. I mean, I can't say he didn't scream a lot, and he didn't, like, continue to repeat a lot of his words and everything. But the pure joy that my son has from seeing his people, every single bit of it is completely and totally worth it. So, it's kind of an L. That's Lynn. If you've watched before, you know that's a problem with me. I drop paint. I get excited and I put way too much paint on a paintbrush, and this happens. I'm trying not to do it, but folks, if you've been watching for a while, you know I do that quite often. So I'll put another leaf. Oh, and I want to make those little leggy doodles a little darker. Kind of faded into this background here. So sometimes when that happens, if you notice, I hardly ever paint with more than one paintbrush, even though I painted the big part with that one. Once I get going, I generally am doing what I did here, and so that's I like having the extra colors in it and the different shading and everything. So that's kind of what I do and why I do it. So I'm just gonna go back and add, so you can tell, like, see, again, we almost got. I have, if I could slow down for 5 minutes to, like, breathe during a painting, but generally I'm like, I'm ready. I want to do it. I want to get it going. I want to make it. So that's what you hear from my little brain here. Okay. So there we go. Our wild child. Oops, I think I want this. We just need it. Oops. You like how I said oops? We just need, I wanted it a little more filled in right there. There we go. Okay. I could spend 10 minutes doing a painting and 3 hours going back and doing the extra little things that I should have done while I was doing the painting. But there you go. So, O for Owen, since he helps me paint the backgrounds. And then L and B. There we go. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Toodles, toodles.